everybody, this is the Wikstrand. So, what did I know about this movie before I went in and saw it? I had no idea what this movie was about whatsoever. I later found out that this was based on, some kind of a Japanese manga of some description, which I have never seen and have no knowledge about whatsoever. So, how did that affect my appreciation for this movie? That's what we're gonna find out today. And we're also gonna find out if you are going to like this movie. This is my review of City Hunter. And his partner are essentially a bunch of problem solvers in Tokyo. They are basically the A-team who gets their assignment from this message board, chalkboard thing, and their latest job is to find a woman who has gone missing. Her sister has told them that she has been gone for several days, and they have tracked her down to a place where some goons are apparently keeping her prisoner and stuff like that. So they break in, they bust her out, but instead of showing gratitude for being liberated, she scarcely run away from them, desperately trying to get away from them. I didn't understand why that was happening, and they're chasing after her and exchange a bunch of wacky shenanigans, and you can tell that these guys have worked together for a long time. So at this point I was thinking, okay, so it's going to be a fun dynamics with these two characters who are going to try to get along while he is a bit unhinged and a bit of a pervert. We'll get to that in a second. And he's more restrained and more of the straight man, and he also has the affection for his sister. She's, by the way, his adopted sister, and he's going to tell her later tonight about a dark family secret that he hasn't really come clean with at this point. By the way, when the sister are able to escape them, she leaves behind a bunch of these small little lab tubes containing some kind of a blue liquid of some kind. What does that have to do with anything? That's what we're also gonna find out. But before Ryo's partner can tell her, the secret about who her father was and, why she was adopted and why this maybe somehow will tie into the rest of the story. Psych, he is murdered by some random guy who just runs berserk. There has apparently been a lot of that things going on lately in Tokyo. And then, the sister tracks down Ryo, who has apparently moved on from the fact that his partner is now 6 feet under. That is an odd thing to do in a movie. Usually the death of your partner is the catalyst for your character to oh, we're gonna find whoever's done this. I'm gonna tear this city inside out and upside down, and I'm not gonna rest until I have caught his killer. But not Ryo. He just wanna get laid. Well, you can't grieve forever, I guess. By the way, this movie kinda hinges on that you like Ryo as a character. I personally love him. I think there are too few sex addicts and perverts as our main characters in movies in general. And I also like if they can kick ass, ride inflatable mattresses down some stairs, and also has the ability to play with guns in ways that make John Wick go, whoa. So the sister tracks him down and tells him that you must help me to find whoever killed my brother. But he says, nah, I have pussy waiting for me. But she bullies him into helping her, and now they are on the case of trying to find out who killed his partner, and what is this blue fluid, and how is this tied to her past and this mysterious organization that they're going to find out. They also find, by the way, the missing sister, who apparently doesn't have a sister then, by the way, who hired them. So City Hunter is a very fast-paced, fun, entertaining, and kind of wacky movie. It transcends very seamlessly from, grim, dark melodrama and heart-wrenching sequences to absolute complete silliness and gunplay that looks like a combination of, well, John Wick and The Matrix. And seamlessly are able to balance all of these spinning plates at the same time without dropping any one of them. It is a little jarring sometimes, so these things can coexist at the same time, but somehow they are actually able to coexist. Now, there are, moments in this movie where they go a little too far and becomes a little too silly for their own good, but it kind of sort of works anyway. They have a fun finale, but they don't have any fun villains. But on the other hand, I feel like a broken record at this point complaining about a movie having lackluster villains. So, should you see this movie? Yes, I think you should do that. This is a fun, very entertaining, very fast-paced movie with a fun soundtrack of, Japanese pop music, which is a unusual thing to have. And I really like the soundtrack, especially the soundtrack that was at the end, when, the end credits are playing. That was kind of a catchy tune. Is that, from the original show that has been, transformed into something of a more modern pop song? I don't know, but I like that tune anyway. As I said, this is a fun movie and a lot of people is going to like it, a lot of people are going to hate it, but for different reasons. Some will say this comedy has too much silly action in it, and some people will say this action movie has too much silly comedy in it, and some people will say there's no balance here, there's no focus here, there is too much heartache and too much shenanigans and too much weird ass action in this movie. And I can understand all of these opinions, and sometimes it doesn't really fit together as it should, but on the whole this is a fun experience that has a lot of cool action, that has a lot of silly comedy, and has a lot of fun look into Japanese subculture and cosplay and other stuff like that. If you think you're going to like that, I think you're going to like this movie, but some people will absolutely hate it. The story isn't too terribly original, by the way. You can pretty much see where this one is going pretty far ahead. How good is City Hunter? I think that City Hunter deserves 70 points. It is a great action comedy with some unexpected twists and turns, very, very fun, colorful characters, very, very unusual setup, and in the end, I think that this movie delivered on almost all cylinders, even though I can understand that some people absolutely hating it for a variety of reasons. Is this a good adaptation of City Hunter, by the way? Comment below, and I'll see you next time from, well, so-and-so reviewing, well, such and such. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much.